guys, it's Abby and welcome back to my channel. Since right now I don't have any lessons going on, I thought that I would do a little camp review, I guess, as I just finished my last week of camp on Friday. Today is Monday, so I thought I'd give you a little review and show you some photos and videos that my mom took. So thank you, Mom, and let's get into the video. So basically, the last day of camp started as every day of camp does. I hung out with a younger girl named Charlie and another younger girl who was partially blind named Ella, and my little sister. Apparently, Ella and Charlie had made themselves my sisters, which was interesting, but it was really fun to get to hang out with some other kids. I had met Charlie earlier this summer, which was super fun to see her again. And then the first group went in to go tack up their horses as me, Charlie, Ella, and my sister Hannah were all part of the second group. So we waited until the first group started riding or doing their little horse show, and then we got to go to the barn because we didn't want to overcrowd the barn, as we didn't want to put pressure on the volunteers, and we wanted to give them some space. So while the other group was, tacking up, getting ready, we were hanging out with our counselor. Usually we had two counselors, Molly and Noah, but Molly wasn't there as they had to COVID test someone in her family because they were really, really, really sick. So Molly couldn't come in the morning. She did come in the afternoon because they got the negative COVID test back, so she could come back. But poor Noah, when you leave a boy with a bunch of girls, it's not gonna go well. So basically Noah was watching 5 Girls, and let me tell you, that didn't go amazingly. The other younger girls brought hair extensions and stuff, and they were putting them in Noah's hair. I felt slightly bad, but at the same time it was hilarious. Then about 10 minutes before we were going to go into the barn, we went and got helmets for people that did not have their own, and did a quick bathroom break because the toilet was broken, so we had to use the porta potty all week, which was great fun. But yeah, we went and did that, and then we headed over to the barn where Izzy, the fill-in counselor, was waiting. Izzy is actually a counselor at camp, but she wasn't there for the first part of the week because she wasn't feeling great, but she had come back Friday, so she joined Noah's group because poor Noah was suffering. Oh yeah, and our group had a name. Our name was Molly's Mares. It was amazing. We were still Molly's Mares even though we were missing Molly. But yeah, after we got Izzy, we started gathering our horses, so I grabbed Mr. Cooper out and everyone else grabbed their own horses. In this lesson, or group thing, we used Cooper, Major, Chase, Santasia, Hottie, and we were supposed to use Topaz, but Topaz was still lame. She was lame the day before, so there's some inflammation going on in her hock, and she was still lame, so we used Bobby instead. But Bobby was in the first lesson, so we had to wait, and Alea didn't get to tack up her own horse, which was okay. She helped us out. But I started tacking, or not tacking right away, I started grooming Mr. Cooper. I did his hooves, and then I started grooming him. He's been a little bit touchy about his stomach he had been a little touchy about his stomach since Wednesday. So I was being a little bit careful while grooming him, as I didn't want to get bitten on the last day of camp. I was careful with that, and then Izzy is amazing at braiding. So Izzy did a running braid through his mane, and oh my gosh, it looked so good. And then all the horses, except for Bobby, we put fly bonnet, ear bonnet things on them. It was adorable. It was so cute. But yeah, then we started tacking up and getting ready for the show. Cooper was being a little bit weird about his stomach, so had the not idea, but I could tell that we weren't gonna have the best ride today because of how touchy he was being. Then we started to head out. I led the pack, I guess you could call it, the line of horses. One of my friends who I actually take lessons with, Alexia, she actually came and watched today, that day, which was really nice and fun to have somebody that I know watching me and supporting me. So she said hi as we were walking by, and she usually rides Cooper, so sorry I stole your horse. Not really, but don't worry, you can have him back. I'm not a big fan of him. Anyways, we went into the arena, and then I'm the only kid who actually gets to do the on the ground warm up with my horse, as I'm the most experienced person at the whole camp right now. Or not person, camper. Sorry. So I do the on the ground warm up with Cooper. Cooper's always good for the on the ground warm up. Then we start to get on our horses. So we did that, and me and Cooper always end up being the last one, or I always end up being the last one to get on. I don't know how that happens, but it does every single time. So that's great fun. But after we all were on, we did a little tack check, fixed everything. I think my stirrups might have been a whole long that day, so I was having trouble with my stirrups the whole time, as you will see in the videos if you haven't seen them already. But then we started going. Cooper is usually second in the pack, which he was today, because Chase and Cooper are both usually quick-moving horses. Chase is very quick always. Cooper was being quite stubborn and slow today. I think there's something going on with his stomach. In the videos, you can see me struggling to try to get him to trot, because every time we'd trot down the long side like all of Cooper's friends, and Cooper would be like, "Oh, we're done now." But since I was the most experienced camper at camp this week, they had me do down the long side and then do a 20-meter circle, so I'd get to trot for longer and work on a little bit more stuff while I was trotting, but Cooper wasn't having any of it. The day before that, I actually had to just hold a whip in my hand. I never touched him with it, don't worry, no animal abuse. I just kind of held it. I didn't even touch him with it. But this day, we didn't have any outside with us. He was just being really stubborn, so in a lot of the videos, you can see me struggling or like losing my stirrup, so it comes right down to my heel, because my heels weren't down, because my instructor for the week is telling me to push him forwards and upwards, and she didn't explain how to do that, so I had no clue what I was doing. But yeah, that was pretty interesting. Basically, we just trotted twice, both ways. Sitting trots on Cooper are impossible. I'm glad my mom didn't take a video of that, because I look, no, not good. Not good at all. But yeah, we tried it twice, both ways, and then we got the option of hack or game. I just kind of sat there and we played a game where it was like trivia thing. My mom didn't film any of that either. It wasn't interesting at all. But that was basically it for the show. And after we finished that part, our parents are allowed to like come in and take pictures. So Alexia also came in and we talked for a little bit. Then she had to go, so she left. And then my mom came over to me and we took pictures. And a lot of the pictures looked like a tomato, but that's okay. I was overheated and dying. It was so hot. It's okay. I can look like a tomato if I'm overheating. But anyways, after that we, lead our horses out. Our parents can take a few more pictures of us leading the horses, and then, we put our horses a groom, untack, etc., put them away. Then we went back to the camp clubhouse, and we just kind of hung out for the rest of the day. We did one paddock, painted some horseshoes, but that was basically it for my last day of camp, and I hope you enjoyed this little bit different kind of lesson review thing. But I will see you guys next time. Bye. Goodbye.